And to shed more light on the issue, we are very much delighted to be joined over the phone by Mr. Walid El Battouti, international tourism expert and former counselor to the Minister of Tourism. Hello, sir. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Hi, how are you?
How are you, sir? How would you describe the new finding in the Great Pyramids?
Well, when you mention the word pyramid, it attracts the whole world. When you mention that it would reveal more secrets, it attracts the whole world and it may make headline news. The way the world have received it, it was very interesting because it till we talk now, it is in all the world media and all the people are specialists, and it has already had a positive impact on tourism. The booking to Egypt is going unbelievably on the positive direction, and the way the press conference that was made, having Dr. Zahi Hawass, who already attracts the world by him talking, and he's one of the greatest archaeologists in the world. It's good news and big hit, and it's a very interesting thing, and it's a very good thing, and especially that this is also a joint mission between scientific and archaeologists.
Yeah. Yes. Mr. Walid, how would you describe here the antiquities tourism in Egypt in comparison to other types of tourism?
No, we have no comparison. With all my respect, Egypt is an absolute case. No, we're alone. It's completely different than the whole world. No one has anything that to do like the pyramids of Giza, which dates back. It's BC. So we cannot compare oranges and apples.
Of course. Can you tell us about the Scan Pyramids, which is an international project that uses various high-tech instruments in order to study the structures? How would you describe this mission, sir?
Well, this is a scientific mission that started with different universities, engineering universities around the world. And when they did scan the pyramid, they found 4 blocks on the eastern side that is 5.8 Celsius less than any other temperature of other blocks. Of course, this gets the attention of the whole mission that was working over there. And this was led or headed by Dr. Hani Hilal, and then Dr. Mamdouh Al-Damati, the former Minister of Antiquity, and then Dr. Khalid Al-Anani, and Dr. Khalid Al-Anani appointed Dr. Zahi Hawass to be the head of the committee in order to be a joint venture between scientific and archaeology.
Yes. Sir, how would you explain the fascination with the mysteries of the pyramids?
The pyramids is always puzzling the whole world, and people around the world, they make stories about the pyramids and aliens and this and that. But over here in Egypt, we really don't care about all of this now. We have our own team, we have our own archaeologists, and everybody is our Egyptologists and archaeologists are up to the standard, and they really have proven that.
Yeah. How do you see here the evidence saying that the pyramids energy production centers?
Sorry, can you repeat the question again?
The evidence saying that the pyramids energy production centers.
Well, this will take a long time to be proven scientifically. It is not that someone feels like he wants to say this and that, so we're going to take it. No, this has to be proven scientifically. And therefore, that's why the Egyptian team always wait for scientific answers.
Yes. Sir, we cannot be talking about tourism without me asking about how do you evaluate here the flow of tourists to Egypt and how do you evaluate the season coming, the summer season here?
Well, we're doing extremely good. Thank God, we're doing extremely good. And the numbers in Egypt are rising. And that's due to lots of other things, price-wise, weather, services, everything. Egypt is, and bear in mind, we're coming soon with the GEM, the Grand Egyptian Museum, which also, this is Egypt's gift to the world.
Yeah. Yes, sir, since you have mentioned the GEM, the Grand Egyptian Museum, how do you see here the preparation that should be taking place ahead of the grand opening of the most important museum in the whole world, if I can say?
Well, look, I have a thing that I'm saying. I'm saying that the Grand Egyptian Museum could change lots of things around the world. One of it is to stop
Yeah.
the theft that happened on Egyptian monuments abroad before. And I'm concerned about the Rosetta Stone. There has been a TV presenter who has a very big, wide viewers, is doing, and I hope Man TV International sponsored this as well.
Yes.
That we all should sign a petition asking for the Rosetta Stone to come back to Egypt to
Yes.
be in its place. And I'm also suggesting that in Grand Egyptian Museum, by the time of opening, we have a piece of, an empty space, a showcase, an empty space, and say this is should have been the Rosetta Stone, but
Yes.
it's stolen and it's in the British Museum, and that's
Yes.
the one good pressure that we can put on the British Museum, because it's time to give it back.
Yes, sir, that now you have tackled a very important point, which is many of the artifacts that were smuggled out of the country and in display in many of the world museums, and as you have kindly mentioned, the Rosetta in the British Museum. How we can do more in order to have back our artifacts?
First of all, we need to have an international law firm
Yes.
to start an international case, and we have to do a world petition, okay? And we put pressure through social media and things like this.
Indeed, Mr. Walid Al-Battouti, our international tourism expert and former counselor to the Minister of Tourism, thank you so much for your precious input and for being our guest for today. And indeed, Egypt unveiled a new finding in the Great Pyramids of Khufu, which was a sealed-off chamber above its entrance. This discovery was credited to the scientists from the Scan Pyramid project. Indeed, a very important discovery, and indeed, we have been witnessing many most important discoveries during the past few years to many very important artifacts for the ancient Egyptian civilization. With that, our dear viewers, we come to the end of this edition of our program, Africa Today. Many thanks for watching.